Well, I think if you're burnt out right now, you're probably not loving what you're doing, right? Or you have somebody in your life that's really negative, that is kind of giving you counterintention to what you're trying to do. Otherwise, there's no reason to be burnt out. Like, I'm not burnt out. I have 12, 16-hour days, and I do that 7 days a week. And I'm not burned out. I'm never like, oh my God, I'm burned out. Like, I'm not. I mean, even today, it's almost 10 o'clock Eastern time, and I've been going since 7:30 a.m. I'm not burnt out. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up and do it again. So you got to check your space. You got to check the people that you're around. Because people that you're around, if they're really negative and they're really poison, toxic people, they'll make you feel burnt out. Because you come home and you're super excited about life and what you're doing, and maybe it's a new career or whatever, and they give you this kind of bullshit, well, you know, hopefully that will last. And next thing you know, you're like, fuck. You know what I mean? That shit'll make you burnt out really fast. So you gotta check the people in your space, man. I'm like a radar for that stuff. If I see that stuff in my space, I kick them out, dude.
So let me go back to that. What are the signs you should look for in the people around you that are dragging you down?
Well, you know, if they're doing it covertly, it's a little harder to figure out if it's them, right? But what I can tell you by trial and error is if you're not doing well in an area in your life, there's somebody that's covertly fucking with you. And so sometimes it can just be the process of elimination. You know, like you got to just go in and make a decision and just say, hey, you know what? Maybe you just stop hanging out with that person for a while and see what happens. Stop talking to them for a while and see if your life gets better. And then all of a sudden your life starts to get magically better and opportunities start coming and you're happier and you're healthier, whatever. Well, then you knew it was that person. You know what I mean? So it's a very simple way to handle and just figure out by just removing yourself from the scene and figuring out, okay, wow, I'm doing better. I stopped talking to Jimmy and now all of a sudden I feel better. Or I stopped talking to Timmy and now all of a sudden I start feeling better, right? As opposed to calling Timmy or Jimmy or whoever and just being like, hey, well, I think you're covertly doing blah, blah. No, don't do that, right? Just stop hanging out with them for a while, see what happens. You start feeling better and you wake up happier, right? It's like, you know, how do you know if you got the right girlfriend or boyfriend? It's like, well, if they're not in town and they're not there and you wake up and you're happier, probably not the right person. But if they left and you're sad and you're not, well, then you made the wrong decision, right?